Hi, hello, folks. I'm so interested and excited to share the next topic, which is about chakras and how it is so interlinked. And how this interlinking is the beauty of the creation, and how my life journey has brought up this interlinking to my awareness, and why I'm sharing all this with you. So, in my recent video about why not to go for an IVF part 2, I had shared a snippet of how our chakras are made. So, as you all know, our body is made with 5 elements. The Panchabhutas. Each chakra represents one element, and this is a quick way of us learning how each chakra functions in our body. So, the Muladhara, which is the root chakra, basics of survival and sustenance, made with 12% earth element. Second one is Svadhisthana, which is 72% water element. This is the place where the self resides. And the third is Manipuraka, which is the center for transformation, which is made with 4%, and that is fire element. The fourth chakra is called the heart or the Anahata chakra, the divine center, which is filled with air, and that's 6% in our body. And the fifth chakra is the center for expression and the purification, which is the space element. And when we can, on a scale of 100, if you can reduce all the other elements, you can derive at space. But the point of space is very subtle, the most subtle element. And so vacuum, when we see, vacuum is everywhere. So it's given as not a number. It's given as anything that fills the void. Beauty. So the sixth chakra, as you all know, the Panchabhutas, it's above the Panchabhuta. It is above our human body, our human existence. And that connects us to the divine. So that's how it's been believed in the spiritual tantras, or the place where chakras have been taught a lot about. Is this knowing about chakras any way going to solve or help us? These chakras are completely interlinked. So chakras are, the energy wheel in our body, and it always circulates energy in our body, and not necessarily the same every time during the day. It can completely change. So about chakras, how this interlinking happens, and why I was so interested to share this with you. Each chakra, among the 6 chakras, the 3 higher chakras and the 3 lower chakras, not just because they are situated on the lower part of the body, they are also the base which creates, they are the base that creates the vessel for the higher chakras to bloom. Such beauty. So, the highest chakra, which is the Agnya chakra, is related to your root chakra. So, any questions you have related to survival, related to fears, can block this chakra. The second most beautiful element of the space and the unity of water. So the fifth chakra, which is your throat or the Vishuddhi chakra, is interlinked to your sexual chakra, which is this chakra for yourself, your being, your creativity. So often you see your creativity is expressed in a way through painting or talking or, singing or any of your expression of who you are itself is through speech and listening. So this chakra and your sacral chakra is going to be the main center of what we are going to talk along with the heart. That is the topic, or I think the need of the hour, what I felt like sharing and the calling for me to share here with you all. And the next third one is going to be the Anahata and your Manipuraka, the place where the air and the fire meet. So this is going to be the center, the gut call that we say, or your heart, which is very soft, and the link between the heart and the gut is going to be the third interlinking. And the connection of all these chakras, the representation of all these chakras, is how your the seventh chakra is going to be. The Sahasrara is almost like the essence of all these chakras. The name Svadhisthana means the place where the self resides, which means everything about this chakra is about you. Everything is about you. The creativity, your past births, if you believe in, what are your beliefs? Why do you believe? What do you talk? Why do you talk that way? Your channel of expression, your creativity, how you lead your life. Everything is based on this chakra. And the most exciting thing for me to share this was because as a young girl, I've been hearing a lot of stories from different people telling, the people who are very creative, who have a very big throat chakra because of their creativity and the constant usage of their expressing themselves through creativity, they have a very big sex chakra, and as a result of which, they have multiple partners or, sexual desires being a little here and there. That was the most intriguing thing that I started questioning myself to understand the deeper connection between the other chakras and how interlinked they are. Now, if you see physically in human beings, how the throat and the sexual chakra is so interlinked. Now, the physicality, just like how we have the lips here that are horizontal, a woman's vagina is vertical. The same lips, how they are. And I mentioned to you that this is the center for water. The sexual chakra is the center for water. And typically, if you see, when we are feeling thirsty in our body, the first thing that feels very thirsty is your throat, as a result of which it shows in your lips getting dry and your tongue getting dry and the saliva gets dried up. Recently, I also studied in Kama Sutra that a person, just by kissing another person, can decide if they can be a life partner or not. So if they are having a good sync here, probably they will have a good sync there. So the tongue is almost equated to a man's penis or a woman's clitoris. Now you know why people like oral sex, right? Especially when a woman moans, again, it is connected directly to the chakra. And not just moaning. During childbirth, we are given exercises because the way we keep our jaws can tighten our pelvic bones. So we shouldn't be doing that. We should actually be loosening it out and breathing. Through the breathing, we are trying to push the baby out. And even as we push the baby, women tend to give a lioness growl when they push the baby. So that is exactly linked, how the sexual chakra and your throat chakra is directly linked to each other. And one of my friend, after going through a endoscopy, she came and told me that exactly how a vulva and uterus and a cervix is there, our mouth, the tongue, and the larynx. It's exactly the same. And I'm giving you a picture to show that to you as well. The vocal cords and how our pelvic is there. Everything is so interlinked. This sacral chakra is also the place for emotions. Some people you have seen that when they are emotionally down, they grab a lot of food and do the emotional eating. That is because just like how, and some people, when they are really stressed, they may want to, maybe masturbate and then get that ecstasy. So both are almost the same. So when someone calls them a foodie and someone calls them like being very sexually attractive, both are same actually. They are just that, they are different mouths according to me. It is the center that your emotions get stored. So when you are not feeling grounded, when your emotions are very back and forth, then your channel of expression, that's why you get agitated, you cry, you shout at other person, and then you come back thinking, oh, I shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't have done this. So the place where shame and guilt get stored is this place. And my journey in removing all that is very interesting. There are many, many therapies and many techniques that you can handhold to come out of these troubles that you're facing. The ones that really helped me was belly dancing. Unlike other dances, in belly dancing, for men or women, belly dancing is one place where exactly that pelvic and your sacrum, the complete area, your belly, where shame, guilt are stored, and by moving that in a specific way. So belly dancing is actually a tantric way of dance that can heal you. So, and when you look at sexual chakra as well, all the organs in the sexual chakra related to the sexual chakra are excretory organs, which means they are self-cleansing. Just like how water is self-cleansing in this earth, the sexual chakra is self-cleansing. And there are many things that have bothered us, blocked this creativity space where we are unable to express ourselves, or emotions are hurt. And there are many complications that prevent us from being creative or expressing our creativity. And when you see, it could be because of the belief systems that they have about their own selves, like I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable, I can't cope. The false beliefs that we've been holding on to, maybe your inner child traumas that you have been holding on to, all these stored in this chakra. And if you see, there are generational traumas. People keep saying that, for generations and ages, they have been having this difficulties. And all of them are transferred through these genitals. As babies, you get transformed, right? So it goes and gets stored in this chakra called the sacral chakra. And that's why generational traumas are transferred. So when you change, when you heal your trauma, when you heal yourself, you heal from within. From this self-center begins the healing journey. Water is a crucial element, and just like how water is self-cleansing, a woman or a man cleanses themselves by two things. A woman cleanses naturally by having menstrual cycle, and it was observed that previously women used to be on mauna, that is observing mauna and not talking while they have their menses. It has a reason. And we all know that man, if you have read about men, have got something as their empty box where they drain themselves and they recharge themselves by observing mauna. So this mauna comes from this throat chakra, which is the space energy. In nowadays world, in the masculine and the feminine dance that we're doing, we are imbibing more masculine nature, in the sense, the essence, more masculine essence in our feminine bodies, but we don't behave like them. We like to talk a lot, we like to share a lot. But how this masculinity balances it is by going to their empty box and not speaking, and by observing mauna. So I found this to be very helpful for me when I sit in mauna with myself, especially during menstruating. So when a woman menstruates during full moon and is in complete observance, in complete mauna of the self, a lot of clearing happens, a lot of emotional trauma clearing happens. You can choose your way of healing yourself by listening to your body and understanding which way of either therapies, or there is art therapy. I have almost done all sorts of therapies that I came across through self or through person guiding, and these are certain methods which I found to be really, really helpful in opening me. And even talking, for that matter, speech disorders, everything is because this water element in your body is not right. And just by completely understanding how your body is made with these 5 elements, the Panchabhutas, and rectifying one element, which is the water, which is 72%. By drinking the right water, your body, 72% of your body problems, including mind, body, and soul, can completely be reversed. And why mind, body, and soul? Now, when you understand that your body is made from these 5 elements, the body is directly linked to the mind and the soul. Any problem that comes to your soul is from ancestral troubles, or if you believe in past lives, the past life troubles. Everything gets stored in this chakra called the self, the sacral chakra. So with the water element is the biggest truth one can get as a revelation, that when the water element in your life is perfect, the trouble in these 3 planes in human life can actually be achieved by just changing one element in your life. And KANGEN water has been that one element which has brought in such a huge change in my life, through which I was able to conceive my baby. I was able to resolve a lot of my physical issues, as a result of which my mind blocks got cleared, as a result of which I found my intuitive way, my womb intuition, that led me to learn belly dancing, through which I was able to resolve a lot of emotional shame, guilt, anger that had been stored in my body. And by connecting myself deeper to non-violent communication, my heart bloomed, and through which self-love got in, through which I was able to connect myself with my own needs. Why am I this way? What is my need? Why am I communicating certain things in a way that is probably hurtful to others and to my own self? Understanding myself deeper. Non-violent communication gave me that opportunity to learn more about my own self. And because of which my communication channel got cleared. So people who have trouble expressing, when you understand yourself, your deep desires, your probably the sexual harassments or assaults or whatever that has happened deep in your life, when you are clearing those blockages, the things that are bothering you, the things that you don't sit to yourself and see, when all this gets cleansed, there is complete beautiful flow of energy that happens to you, and you go into the space called bliss. How many of you are experiencing this bliss? I am experiencing a lot many things as I do this video to you, but I'm going to try to keep it short and try to stay focused in what I want to convey to you. Once you clear off all your negativities, the self, which is in the sacral, just completely releases itself and comes and sits on the heart, which is the divine center. It is your divinity, the divinity that is there in you. So the self rises to its divine center in the heart, and it is open to love, that divine love, the love of who you are, the creation. How beautiful it is. The moment I say this, I'm getting into a very deep pause. where I want to really breathe and just relax. As you breathe in, take in that divinity and feel that softness, that gentleness that is there in your breath. How gentle the breathing is. That has opened up a lot for me. The struggles that I have been going through. So, just like how I said, women have got womb intuition, which acts at its peak when the throat chakra, the heart chakra, and the swadhisthana, which is the sex chakra, are interlinked in a triangular series. So, the swadhisthana self rises itself and opens up to this divine presence in the heart. And that transformation happened to me when I connected myself with nonviolent communication, which was introduced to me by Jaya Sengupta through Power of Word sessions. And nonviolent communication is introduced by Marshall Rosenberg. He took some principles of Jiddu Krishnamurti, some principles from Mahatma Gandhi, and his own way of understanding things. It gave birth to nonviolent communication. And through this, he was able to solve huge fights that were happening between countries. He stopped war through nonviolent communication. He stopped the fights that were happening between two villages. He stopped those little silly fights that were happening between husband and wives, and the big ones that divorced couple used to fight with. By just understanding the heart of every human is the same. Just like how I am a human being, you are also a human being and you have same emotions as I do. And by coming and opening yourself to this heart center and connecting you to that one divine heart that connects all of us together, was when Marshall Rosenberg gave this as a very big opening and opportunity. And when this came to my life, I started to understand what life was for me. I started to appreciate self-love for the first time. I was able to accept myself. I was able to voice out my opinions, my guilt, shame, and all those that surrounded me, that clouded my mind, that clouded me from being who I am. I was able to openly speak about this in a very secluded forum that Jaya has created, where there is a beautiful community that keeps listening to you without judgments, criticism, or any kind of comparison. And it lets you this free space to be who you are and accept you for who you are. So once you feel that big space, and this sacral chakra, how it helps is, we are all human beings, and the reason why we want a community like that is because sacral chakra completely replenishes itself by meeting new people and by getting new acquaintances. It was very interesting for me to find this information for you. So, by meeting new people and by sharing who I am and completely getting away my judgments, my criticisms, I was able to clean myself of the self-doubt that I have. I felt that I was enough. I felt that I was lovable. I felt that I can cope of all the traumas that had happened to me. I felt that I was capable of doing something and contributing something back to this community. And by deeply being there as community to you, as someone to hold you, these are the things as human beings we need. And that's when the connection between yourself and your divine self, along with the channel for expression, which is a very subtle space element, comes in contact. A lot of blockages gets cleared. You're able to feel what you want to contribute and how you want to contribute. What is your life purpose? Many of such blockages got clear to me by doing it. Right now, I'm in a space where I am willing to offer nonviolent communication that gave me this beautiful channel to open up myself as a contribution to you in form of Zoom online classes. You can find the link in the description box below. There are nonviolent communication classes happening in English, batches happening starting soon in Tamil, and batches happening in Marathi. I'm not so sure about Hindi though. I can check with and get back to you on that. Also, if you are interested to know about KANGEN water, a phone number has been given to you in the description box below. So do contact, and I can try to do what best I can to contribute from my end, which fills my cup. Thank you for patiently listening to me. Take care. Bye.